Hi, you guys. Just want to say right off the bat, if you hear any weird noises or anything like that, it's probably my dog. She's not feeling very well, and yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but I just wanted to give you a fair warning. So I started some file folder journals. I think it's probably been about 10 days ago now. On my live stream, and I wound up just working on these odd number of 3 different sizes of journals, and I had help in deciding what sizes to make them. And so, I try to make these type of journals in like a TN type of size, like a compatible size with traveler's notebooks. Just because I feel like, there's no reason not to. And so that's what I wound up doing. I wound up with, 19 of the field note size. So these are, I think, 3.5 by 5.5, something like that. Yeah, 5.5 by 3.5. And then these are, as far as I can remember, they're like an A6 slim size, as close to that as I could get, I guess. So they're 7 by like 4.25. And I wound up with 17 of that size. And then I did a large size, which I think is also a Kahir size. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Like I said, I'm not an expert in that department. So these are basically 8, maybe 8.25 by almost 5. So 4.75 maybe. So I wound up with 8 of that size. So basically what I've done is I've made, they're somewhat naked, okay? Not completely embellished. I really, really enjoyed making all of the covers, doing all of the collaging and that kind of stuff on them. And I thought, partially to save time, but also just to make them a little bit more fun for you guys, I thought I would just put together some packs of things that I would basically fill them with anyway, and let you kind of do that in the way that you would want to do it. And that way you could add stuff to it, or and I put enough stuff in these little embellishment packs that you could probably do a few other journals too. So let me flip through a couple of these and just give you an idea of what they look like. Obviously, I'm not going to have time to flip through every single one, but I want to give you a good idea because I'm also linking this video in those listings so that, someone who just stumbles across the listing on Etsy can come back here and see, a visual description basically. So this is the smaller size. I'm going to call them small, medium, and large, but because I already kind of talked about the sizing. So this is part of the little pack. So I won't talk about that yet. So basically, like I said, they're just, collaged on the covers. There's some little map paper, some fussy cut images, and some book pages, and a little bit of like envelope, like security envelope pieces and stuff like that. And they're all stitched, like kind of a messy stitching on the front and back. And then I folded up the file folder to form a pocket on the front and the back, and then just kind of split it down the center to make it easier to open and close. And then each one I lined with some sort of fabric. A lot of them just have muslin. Some have like a ticking cloth or that kind of thing too. So basically, each one is right around 20 pieces of paper, okay, to form 44 pages, making that, like 80 or so pages if you count front and back. And then I was able to do some sort of tabs on each journal. These small ones They all basically have the same papers in them, okay, because I sort them out into little stacks, and each stack gets the same stuff, you know. I did some little side, like corner kind of pockets on these, and then I did do a glassine bag in each one. I think a couple of them I actually forgot to stitch the glassine envelope into the journal. So what I did was I just added a couple of extra little smaller glassine envelopes into one of the pockets, just to kind of make up for it, you know. And then the center of each one of these small ones is one of these book pages that forms a pocket on each side. So you've got a pocket here and a pocket here. Yeah, so just a lot of goodies in here, even without stuffing the pockets. Basically, that's what I did not do, is put anything into the pockets. And I didn't add like any little flowers or anything like that on the pages. But to me, I think that's maybe even a little bit more fun. So, but then let me show you what's in the little packets. Actually, they're not little. It's almost just as much as the journal. But so each of the small, and I used a popcorn bag for each of the embellishment packs. Each of the small ones is going to have 2 bundles, and then a Ziploc bag full of goodies too. So in the first little bundle, you're going to get some little tickets, like 3 little tickets, and then a few of these little price tags with the strings. And then I just did a whole bunch of playing cards. I think it's like 8 or 10 different vintage playing cards. And then a couple of labels. These are some tags from a flow book that I took apart. A tally card. Of course, you have to have some Project Life cards. I think there's 5 different cards in each one. And then a couple of these little flashcards. One of them, these are the history ones. And then I added one of these. I don't know what these are, but they're some kind of Monopoly game. And then an old flinch card. A smaller flashcard. And then this is like a metric flashcard. And then a couple of these little flashcards. A couple of Rolodex cards, some library cards. There's like, not library cards, but like card catalog cards. Well, there's one that's stuck back there, I think. Anyway, so there's 3 of those in there. And then there's a bridge scorecard, and then a few of these pages from, this is one of those flower books where you can flip the pages and, you know, mix and match colors and stuff. So yeah, so I put 3 of those in each one. Oh, I lost my little rubber band. And then in the other packet, of course, I tied this in a knot, and then, well, I'll just do it back up again. I added a whole bunch of wallpaper samples in here. So each one of these is going to have an assortment of wallpapers. These are just cut down into, you know, kind of smaller pieces and very random. Like I didn't, you know, I didn't try to coordinate color or anything like that on those. And then I added some of these, these are just pieces from file folders that I like to use to make tags. And so I did, you know, I added a bunch of those in different sizes. Some tea-dyed cardstock paper, some tea-dyed just white printer paper, and these are like folded up into different shapes, you know. And then there's some more like larger pieces of wallpaper, like 3 or 4 of those. A couple of the larger tags. There's a double page of the this is a small little hymnal that I have that's really, really old. A full page from, this is like a guidebook from, I don't remember, some town in Ohio or something. And then this is a page from that flower book that I like to use. that's been coffee dyed, a page of birds from a water bird book that I have, and then a couple of just the text pages from that same book. Some of these pages have also images of birds in black and white. And so that's the second little bundle that comes in that pack. Okay, so all of that is inside of the popcorn bag. And then I also put together some other stuff that, these are things that I would normally kind of add into a journal, right? But I thought, okay, I'm just gonna just have stuff shedding from like threads and stuff. These are things that I would normally use in the journal. And so I just put them into little bags so you can kind of do it yourself. And like I said, I was quite generous with this. So you're going to actually wind up with more than what I probably would have even used. So each one is going to have 4 of these little micro tags that I've been making. Okay. They're going to be totally random. They're all different. Some have stamped images, some have fussy cut images that I glued on, some have little words, some have word stickers. You know, they're all different. At least one is going to have a little bulb pen with some like vintage buttons or snaps or a little piece of fabric and that kind of thing. There's one that has that kind of thing on it. So there's 4 of those in each one of these bags. And then I added some kind of tile or image or something like that that I've coated. And then I also added one of my little embellished like paper clips, like an altered paper clip. So this happens to be a Tim Holtz paper clip that I altered and added like a button and a gear on it. And then this is a little piece from a bingo game. And then some sort of charm or a key, okay, in each one of these little bags. And then the second bag, depending on which way you go through them, is going to have one of my paper clip beads that is just wrapped with paper. It's a rusted paper clip that I just wrapped the paper on, and you can embellish it however you want. And then I did some rusted safety pins in different sizes and an assortment of rusted paper clips. Okay. So there's small ones and large ones in there. And then, 5 or 6 little bulb pins in each bag in different colors. Okay. So that's those. And I kept these kind of separated because I didn't want to mix them up with the buttons because, well, I just wanted them together. And then you're going to get a little bag of buttons. I just basically scooped a handful of buttons and put them in a bag. So from my button box. Okay. So probably 8 to 10 buttons in each one. And then I added a little, like a kind of a pinch of, these are postage stamps that are still attached to the envelope paper. Okay. And I love these because you're going to get like security envelopes that have the cool patterns on them. And then the stamps that you can work with. These are great to use as little tuck spots on the edge of a page or something like that, or in collages. And some of them are going to be vintage, some aren't. You may get lucky and find some valuable stamps in here. But these are just from my little collection of stamps. So I added a bag of those. Okay, so that's all in the embellishment pack on for the small journals. Okay, the embellishment bag, okay, the bag of embellishment stuff is the same for all 44 of these journals. The paper part of the embellishment or add-on pack is going to be different for each size. Okay. Because, different things will fit into these journals, right? Like I didn't want to add a bunch of large, what do you call them? Flashcards for the small journals, because obviously they wouldn't fit, but they will fit into the larger ones. So I kind of customized that to the size. Okay. So like I said, there's 19 of these. They're all pretty similar on the inside. I'll just show you the covers real quick. And you'll have to, I'm not going to, well, I guess I should probably be telling you the numbers as I go, but you can see there's 10 pictures of each journal in each listing, you know, and yeah, so you can get a real good idea. And I always mix up the order. I always keep these all in order, and then when I start doing my video, I mix them all up. So yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot. It took me 10 days to do all of these, you guys. So yeah, a couple of sleepless nights, 2 or 3 sleepless nights. And I'm starting to come down with a cold too, so yeah, so if I don't sound exceptionally perky, that's probably why. One of my tonsils is kind of swollen, so yeah. These are so fun. I love doing these, and these are very much in the style of my my tags that I've been making and selling. So okay, so those are the small ones. Let me just put these back into their box where they go, where they're gonna live for a while, for a little while anyway. And this, you know, I really have been determined to get these all finished, and so I have a couple of customers that have some embellishment or some ephemera packs on the way that they're waiting for, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I haven't forgotten you. I just wanted to get these done first, so that's next on my list. Okay, and so then this is the medium size. Okay, so these all have somewhat larger kind of focal like image on the front of each one. Yeah, so flowers and birds and butterflies, and I think, well, that one has fish on it, but yeah, lots of flowers, lots of birds. This one has a squirrel, so you can see what the general theme is there. I think my recording might have just stalled, but I'm just going to keep going because I think it's okay. So I'll flip through one of these. So these were done obviously with a different color file folder. It's the green ones, but again, they're lined with the fabric, stitched around the front and back. Oh, and I forgot to mention that each journal has a little eyelet here with a ring, so you can attach your charms and stuff like that right there. So yeah, basically more of the same type of stuff. This is actually from a vintage ledger right here. More pockets. I went back and glued the envelope. I put an envelope in the center of each signature, and I just got done actually gluing those shut. So, and there's some book pages again. So yeah, so probably about the same number of pages in this size as the small size. And again, with the fabric tabs, a lot of them have lace on them. Some don't, but a lot of them have lace and fabric. Some just have really pretty fabric. Yeah, so I'll just kind of show you the front and back of each of these. Like I said, lots of birds. I have this one bird book that I just, I loved being able to use some of the larger, some of the larger images. Just racked my thumb on the table. And some vintage ephemera and that kind of stuff that I used in the collaging. Yeah, lots of birds. I'll go 2 at a time now. And some advertising. love these roses. This is a really nice size. Really nice size. It just fits really well in your hand. It's a good purse-sized journal, but still large enough that, you know, it's substantial for writing in. I love this toucan. He's so funny. Look at him. He's so cute. And then this one has the fish on it. So, okay. So that's the medium size one. That's like the slim size. And then, so here's the larger ones. And like I said, I've got 8 of these, not as many, for obvious reasons. So yeah, these are awesome. They're basically the same. Oh, I forgot to show you the pack that comes with the medium-sized journals. Sorry, I forgot to show this to you. So this is the packs that come with the medium journals. So you've got a little ticket, some of those price tags, and then again some playing cards, like 7, 8 playing cards, a couple of Rolodex cards. I think that I put 3 in each pack, 2 of these tags, and then 4 of the library card catalog cards, some Project Life cards, a couple of larger flashcards, math ones, and then some various like language flashcards. And then there's the pack over here of the wallpapers. So the wallpaper, you know, samples are just a little bit bigger in this pack. So yeah, you get 1, 2, I think I put like 10 of this kind of medium size sample in each one of these. And these are from a couple of different sample books. So, and then I put one of these cards that I think I'm almost out of these now. So, and then I did a couple of the flower pages, one of those book pages from the guide book, and then 2 bridge score pad or score sheets, a double page from the hymnal, and then I think I only did 1 of the bird book pages in these. And then the bag is the same types of things, okay? So the buttons, the stamps, the paperclip embellishments, and, you know, a couple of tiles, that kind of stuff. So pretty healthy pack of goodies to go with each one. So that's for the medium journals. Let me flip through one of these larger ones, and each one is closed with a piece of seam binding that I've dyed. So you've got a double pocket in the front of each one, plus your pocket right here on the cover. I used some notepads, some tea dyed stuff, some coffee dyed stuff, some avocado dyed stuff. Again, tabs that are all stitched on. And I leave my stitching messy, you know, the strings and stuff. If you can't stand that, then just, you know, trim them off. But some people really like that, like I do. So I went ahead and just left those. So I left this open because I wasn't sure how you'd want to use it on most of them. If you want, you know, you can just glue this down, or you can staple it down or something like that, and then give you a couple little tuck spots. Some vintage book pages, some tea-dyed paper, some graph paper, 2 big pockets right here. So yeah, it's just basically the same as the other ones, just on a larger scale, right? Wax paper bag, same number of pages. This actually probably has more pages than the smaller ones, but yeah, so lots of room to grow in these file folder journals. you know, you can really plump these up pretty good. So, okay, so this is actually number 7. I'll kind of look at the numbers as I go through these. I just have the, where is it? Come out there. Come out of there. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. I want this little tag out there. This is number 8. I like this one with the red and green because, you know, it's sort of like almost Christmas, but it's not at the same time. So this is number 8. I went totally roses on that one. There's a pansy and a big butterfly on here, and then some tulips on the back. This is number 4. And some marigolds and a butterfly, and then some cornflowers on the back of this one. And again, I've got the tag stuck inside. So this is number 5. And number 1 with a really pretty rose, and then some more roses on the back. And then this one also has a toucan. They're like my favorite lately. This is number 2. It's got a toucan and then a couple of wild roses and then a big tulip on the back. And this one has a Muka illustration, fussy cut on the front, along with a white rose. This is number 6. And then it has some tulips on the back. These are images from the Garden Flowers and Color books. These are the big images that I've been kind of saving for something special. So this is number 3 with some hibiscus. And then, oh my gosh, what are those? I want to say tuberoses, but they're stalks. Those are some real pale pink stalks on the back of this one. Okay, so those are the larger ones. And each one of these has a little book ring. So it's, you know, you can open that ring on the large journals. Okay, and then again in a popcorn bag, this is the pack that you're going to get with these larger journals. So you're going to get, first of all, I think there's like 15 pieces of wallpaper, all in kind of the larger size. All right, so a bunch of different styles. And then a flashcard, a page out of one of my vintage bird field guides, and then also from one of my tree field guides. Some coffee dyed paper, another page from the hymnal, a couple of bridge score sheets. I think I put 3 in these. Another page of coffee dyed paper, coffee dyed cardstock. Same thing again. A couple more pieces of that. I think there's like 4 in each one. And then a couple of the larger Project Life cards that have been coffee dyed. And another piece of coffee dyed cardstock and a time card. And then in this little pack, these are actually the packs that I had on my live sale of the that I was selling for like $6. So so you've got a few of these little flashcards, a couple of these little cute cards. They're little math flashcards. Another math flashcard, a divider, a couple more language one, or another language one, a couple of smaller flashcards, a Quizmo card, a layaway card. This is from a photo album, another language card, another flashcard. You get a lot of flashcards in this, which are really cool. They're super fun. And these are vintage flashcards, you guys. These are, you know, these are the real deal, like from the 60s. Another time card. And then I did some bingo cards in these packs. So, and you get one of these real thick ones. And you could actually turn this into like a journal cover or something like that. So, and then again, the bag. that has all that same stuff in it. The buttons, the postage stamps, the little micro tags, you know, same as the one that I showed you, all the contents. So, okay. So that's all of the 44 journals that I've been working on for the last 10 days or so. And they are all listed in my shop as we speak. I got all the listings up today. So they are ready and waiting. And just remember that I do have a 15% off any $100 purchase right now in my shop. So if you can get your purchase up to $100, you're gonna get basically, you know, in a lot of cases it's almost like free shipping. So okay, and and those small and medium sized journals, those will ship first class. So which is only, you know, between $3 and $4 usually. So just remember that. Yeah, as far as shipping cost. But yep, Christmas is coming. Those would be great presents, especially for somebody who has never made a junk journal or something. I think they'd be really good for that. Or for somebody who definitely doesn't want a junk journal and they don't want a bunch of messy stuff in their book. And then you could keep the embellishment pack and give them just the journal. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys, and thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you later on Saturday the 6th for my 4th installation of my D-Stash sale. So, all right, you guys take care. Give me a thumbs up and try and stay out of trouble, okay? Bye for now.